Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to briefly outline the creature types in Able. Many collectible TCGs have different creature or monster types. These might be identified as a tribe, an archetype or a faction, but the general idea is that cards of the same type will mesh well with each other. This helps players with deck building, particularly if they are not sure where to start. A creature type may have a specific mechanic that is unique to them, or it may just be that by running the same creature type you are going to benefit from certain card effects throughout the game. I've included a number of different creature types in my game, and they too often work well with each other. But you are not confined to using just one type of creature in your decks, and having multiple creature types in a deck may be more beneficial, depending on what you are trying to accomplish. When I started making my game, I wanted to create an epic hero's journey type of story with a theme of fantasy and space. I wanted to include creatures that people could relate to, that they were familiar with and could have fun with, while also introducing my own unique ideas. Today I'm going to give a brief overview of the current creature types in Able. There are 16 main creature types in Able and 8 secondary types, which I'll explain at the end of the video. First up is humans. This is the creature type we can most easily relate to for obvious reasons, and so it is one of the main creature types in Able, and humans play a big role in the story. Beasts is the next creature type. This type is very broad and refers to all the animal creatures such as birds, wolves, fish and bears. With the many planets represented in the Able universe, there is of course going to be lots of beasts that are roaming about. There is also an abundance of native plant life, and so the next creature type to look at is plants. While the plants on Earth don't necessarily stand up and walk around like some of the plants in the Able universe do, we know that plants are living things. In Able, plants come in many shapes and sizes and are a big part of the fight. Next we have dragons, big fire-breathing flyers and tiny cute baby dragons. Dragons are just awesome, so they had to be in the game. Machines are next on the list. This is the creature type for mechs, robots and spaceships. Anything made from metal and mechanical technology fits in this category. We have monsters. Monsters are creatures that are unknown, mysterious or outright terrifying. The monster type is given to many misfit creatures that don't seem to fit in elsewhere. Goblins have their own creature type that is separate to monsters, as there are many goblin creatures in the universe. Not all goblins are savages, and many are just trying to find their way, living peaceful, everyday lives. But the other races are not very trusting of goblins. There are gentle and kind goblins, and there are deeply dangerous goblins. Calantians are a unique creature type that I have created, as I wanted to include something new for people to discover when they play the game. They are an intellectual race, fewer in number, and native to the planet Calante. They have impressive technology, but mystery surrounds them. It can be hard to tell if a Calantian is a friend or a foe. Elves are pointy-eared, quiet creatures that generally love forests. They are stealthy, speedy and strong. They are usually wise and make well-thought-out decisions, but at times they are stubborn. Not as stubborn as the next creature type. Dwarves are short, sturdy creatures with the ability to cause some real strife if left unchecked. They aren't afraid of much, but tend to keep to their own kind. BLUESCALEs are another unique creature type. There aren't too many BLUESCALEs in the core set yet, but I have plans for a set that involves a large number of them. They are reptile creatures with blue scales, and they are very hard to deal damage to, as their skin is so tough that it acts like sturdy armor. You may have thought dinosaurs were extinct. Well, maybe on Earth, but on the planet Solios they are thriving, and sometimes they are spotted on planets you wouldn't expect, so watch out, as they can be a little unpredictable and hard to tame. Scorchers are the next creature type. These creatures get their name from the fact that they are way too hot to touch. They burn nearly everything their bodies come in contact with. Because of this, they generally keep to themselves on their own planet, and they rarely venture far from their own kind. But their warriors are extremely dangerous. AIRLIEs are a race of creatures that live in the skies where the wind flows freely. They can switch out of their physical form and move along the wind as small particles in the air, making them hard to catch. There are only a small number of AIRLIEs still in existence, and they live in an elvish city hidden somewhere in the clouds. Pixies are tiny folk that live in their own little world. they can be very obtrusive and generally have poor manners when it comes to social etiquette. Insects is the final creature type. This is the creature type for all bugs and critters that are small and bothersome. It refers to all creepy crawlers, and so generally these creatures are low-cost, weaker creatures. So that's all the main creature types in the game. So what about those secondary types I mentioned earlier in the video? There are 8 secondary types that give extra description about the main creature types. These are Warrior, a creature that has completed comprehensive training in combat; Militia, a creature that has completed limited training in combat; Wizard, a creature that has trained in the art of magic; Mercenary, a creature that will fight for the highest bidder; Pirate, a creature in search of treasure and riches that often has a morally grey compass; Giant, a creature that is really, really large; Morph, a creature that has the ability to transform its molecular structure; and Egg, a creature that is yet to hatch. These 8 creature types will never be on their own. They are always paired with at least one main creature type. For example, you may have a human warrior. This creature is a human, but he is also a warrior. You could have a dwarf wizard. The main creature type is dwarf, and the secondary type is wizard, as the creature has been trained in the use of magic. You might have a dragon egg that is a dragon creature that is yet to hatch. Occasionally, creatures may share 2 main creature types, such as the creature Mechanical Tiger, which is a machine and a beast. Hopefully, the range of creature types in the game adds interest to the game and makes it more enjoyable to play as players experiment with different creature-based strategies. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.